fireman's contract. Is there a second? All in favor, say aye. Move carried. Next, we're going to call public hearing to order pertaining to the 2026 preliminary budget. Review and adopt the 2026 preliminary budget as a permanent budget. So,
Can I set that on that windowsill just right there?
the appropriation, the total expenses for the 2026 year is $4,216,775. Less revenue of $3,245,815. Less unexpended balance of $301,740. And the amount to be raised by the taxpayers of the town of Louisville, $669,220,000. So the amount to be raised by taxes in the general account is $135,500. In the highway account is $315,000. The public library is $9,000. We have 4 lighting districts. They go 200, 400, 3,500, and 120. And the fireman's contract, the amount to be raised by taxes is $205,500. Anybody have any questions concerning the town budget for 2026?
Does that include what new revenue you're gonna get from the higher land taxes?
We don't go by collecting revenues from higher land taxes. We need $669,000 to make the budget. That's how much we're collecting.
So you got what the town is owed from the town for the land tax?
No, you don't understand it.
So I don't think you
Well,
have to.
We set a tax rate, and we only need to collect X amount of dollars to meet the budget. That's what we collect. So the new assessments have, sure, it has a lot to do with how much each individual is gonna pay, but it has nothing to do with how much money we're gonna collect. It's not like we're collecting a lot more money because we did a revow.
You get what, a kickback of 3%?
No, there's no kickback. It's based on per thousand.
All right, and what is the percentage per thousand that you get back from the?
Well, we have different accounts, so in the general account, it's 42 cents per thousand, okay? In the highway account, it's 99 cents per thousand. In the public library, it's 28 cents per thousand. The fire district is 73 cents per thousand. So that's how we develop what we need to have for our budget. Anybody else have any comments? Yes, sir.
I've done quite a bit of review of the budgets from 2022 until the proposed budget for 2026. And, I've got some areas of concern. One of them is our payroll. We've had some generous pay increases for everyone who works for the town. By virtue of those pay increases, we've also got increased insurance payments, increased social security payments. And so it just seems that, like last year, everybody got a 10% raise, except for the highway superintendent, he got a 5% raise. A 10% raise is out of line with the community at large. Just about anyone in this room could say that they did not get a 10% raise on their job, whatever job that they have, or 10% raise in their pension or whatever. So that seems out of line with what the community is used to getting themselves. So, you know, you have given yourselves over and above what the community gets. I mean, we have increases, I'll just say, from last year to this year. We've got a brand new job, the highway superintendent, or the supervisor's clerk. That's a new job, what, 2 years ago, I think, something like that?
My firm?
Yeah.
No, it's been an ongoing job since for at least 10, 15 years.
Well, I didn't see that in any of the previous budgets, so. Anyways, and then the highway super, his pay was cut this year, and everybody else got a 5% raise. I don't know why that was. But our payroll expenses have gone off the charts. And I just think that that's something that, you can look at and be less generous to yourselves and the people who work for us. And I understand that, inflation, took part in a lot of price increases, but 10% is out of line with what the community is.
But you're referring to last year's budget, not this year's budget.
Well, yeah, this year's budget is 5%, which is still out of line. And I did an informal survey of people from corrections officers to people who worked at the industry and stuff. Their unions and stuff struggle to get 2%. All right, so it's very easy for us to say, hey, we're gonna give ourselves 5%. And there's never any negotiations or anything for that, so we just give ourselves 5%. But all of those increases had something to do with the 131% increase that we got from last year. You know, I came to that meeting, Tim Kern and I were the only two guys here, because it was blizzarding out, and nobody wanted to go out, but, you know, 131% increase from 24 to 25 was just, I never heard of anything like that, and your response was, well, things went up. I said, well, things that went up were payroll substantially. 10% is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I just think that, I'm not happy with the fact that your pay increases and everyone else's pay increases have been out of line with what the rest of the community, I think, is accustomed to. So anyways, that's my comment.
Okay, anybody else have a comment?
You want to address that?
No, I'm not gonna,
You're not gonna justify it?
I'm not gonna debate back and forth here.
Why not? Just explain it.
That was last year's budget.
So you gave yourself a 5% increase this year.
Listen, we're not gonna debate here tonight. Okay, the public can make comments to the town board, and we'll listen, and that's it.
Oh, okay. We're
Okay.
not asking for a debate, we're asking for an explanation.
There's no need to give an explanation.
Why?
He's making a public comment, that's all we need to hear is his public comment. We're not gonna debate stuff here.
So in other words, you don't feel that it's necessary to justify what you do because you have the power to do that, Larry? Is that what you're saying?
No comment, sir. Anybody else have anything on the budget? If not, okay, is there a motion to approve the 2026 town budget?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, we have a report from, we'll call it a regular meeting to order. We need to accept or correct October 8th, 2025 regular meeting minutes. Is there a motion? Is there a second? I'll second it. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Carried. We have to accept or correct October 15th, 2025 special meeting minutes. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed? Carried. Report by Larry Clark from the RVRD. Larry?
I wanted to say I'll be about a half an hour, but I'll be about a half a minute.
Okay. Take your time.
Okay. If anybody in Louisville and seeing or whatever doesn't know that the Shine Theater got the marquee lit up. And just before, at the same time, RVRDA had a meeting, and we approved a $500,000 loan, not a gift, loan, to the theater group. And I brought, there's what we had to deal with as far as information. This is kind of just a general, what they have in mind, what they presented to us. There's a little note here that says confidential. That's not, what I did is I clipped and cut, okay, what I think you guys should have for information on what the Messina Theater Group has intentions of doing, there was a very long, hard discussion on,
Giving them a loan?
yeah, giving them a loan. If it wasn't for other financial institutions also backing this project, that we might not have gone ahead, but as it was, the county, IDA, wants to try to put Messina, or help put Messina back on the map. And we have, numerous amounts of money just sitting that, okay, we're probably taking a chance on this group, but we felt that to help increase, whatever the downtown group wants to do, the RVA or RDA is going to help them out. They had a loan of $500,000, which they take that money and spend it. Then they can get their money from other groups back. That,
Grant money that they've applied for? Or
yeah, and they have received, but they gotta
spend the money
spend it
first?
to get it back.
Right.
Okay, it's like most of the RVRDA stuff, community development, if you want us to give you money, go ahead and do the project. And when we're done, what you applied for, we'll give it back to you. And this is what is happening with a loan that we gave, that they gotta spend it, and they have 4 grants all in line already
Mm-hmm.
for about $3 million. So they gotta spend another $500,000 to get most of their $300 million back. It's something. I can't give you the numbers per se, but I can, as I said, I cut and clip what they got in mind to do.
How long is the $500,000 zone for?
3 years.
3 years? Pardon?
Interest is at 1% over prime. It's about it'll be about 5%.
And for some of these people should wander off, you have some things collateral.
Well, we have second collateral is what we have. Okay? There's a financial institution in Messina that has first collateral. As I say, this was a long discussion we had on how far out we were going with this, and so, but that's where we stand at the moment.
Okay, anybody have any questions for Larry? Thank you.
If anybody wants to increase their business, take on 1 more employee, we have a lot of money to help you increase your business. Huh?
Is it a full-time employee or a part-time?
Well, it can be part of both. I can't add
Okay, report from our county legislator, Rita. Hi.
So I sent people in their text messages the latest up-to-date garden share listing of all the different places that have solutions for people, because SNAP, as we know it, is not completely effective every yet. And there appear to be shortages, so it's a lengthy, I think it's the text messages I have. So if somebody could put that up, maybe that connection on the webpage, just so people can look at that, I think that would be good. Any questions?
No?
Okay. I will gladly send it to you. Thanks, Sophia. I didn't know you were carrying anything. So next up, sales tax. We had budgeted in the 2025 budget, $78.5 million. We'll come in someplace around 82.
Mm-hmm.
Is what we feel. The most recent budget and like that.
We already got our fourth quarter, which is higher than the anticipated.
The county budget, what do we know, what do we not know? Well, we were all excited, because we got all our numbers, and we were gonna say, we're gonna lower it to this. And a tentative number, and then we got the lovely announcement that we're probably gonna have to run EMS in 2026. That the state was going to mandate that the counties are going to be in charge of it. And that would spend the difference between 78.5 and 82 million. And kind of everything we had above and beyond, and in our projections. They figured it would cost about $4 million a year. EMS, well, because first you gotta build it, right?
Mhm.
And I don't know what building costs, you won't know till you do it.
So this is gonna be a countywide EMS?
We believe that the state is gonna mandate that every county has a countywide EMS. Everyone has a CON, everyone is in charge of businesses, and then everything operates properly. And there's numerous other add-ons that have been pushed over, like childcare. They made all these, oh, we're gonna give everybody childcare, the state's gonna give everybody childcare. And they qualified all these people and they said, oh, you have to like 190% of whatever level your thing was. And then all these people signed up and then the governor said, well, we're out of money, so we're not gonna fund it, but the counties can fund it if they want to. That's $5 million a year.
Mhm.
You can't just fund childcare just randomly with no state giving you anything and there's, you're not really sure what you're gonna get from them, so you know what you're gonna get from up here. So right now we know what our budget appropriations will be, and very conservatively, I would say we will not keep increasing it at all, what we had from last year. We're hoping to cut a little bit off of it. That's our goal. We had a firm plan for it. Any questions, anybody have?
Rita, are you talking about the 665?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that was our initial thought process, but then we got the countywide EMS for every county in the state is coming.
Is that a absolute, or that's still being negotiated?
Well, it was the term "you will" was negotiated to "you shall," or "you," like "you can," but then, I don't know if anybody realizes, but in 2026, a whole bunch of people are gonna be running for re-election, for election the first time, and governor is running for election. So it's gonna be party whistles, hats, free stuff, free EMS, lots of money, so we don't know what we're gonna have to spend for it.
And report.
Yeah. I don't know.
Report from Louisville NY Recreational General Manager Gary French is not with us tonight. He did send a report, I don't know if you want to review or anything.
Well, good year, we had some stuff over, almost for all the bills and insurance and all of that. So bills, yeah, so. We had a good year, we got a good number, printed out on the printer. Started out last, and then we was doing tournaments and everything finally made up. Night was gonna be doing the 183.
We can't hear you.
This is Perry's, I know he's not here tonight, he was just saying that the golf course had a good year. Power Authority is going to be removing trees, and all the winterization has been done, and everything's been wrapped up for the year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there a final budget for the year, complete expenses and revenues for the golf course specific to the year?
No, it's in with our town budget, I mean, it's a separate line item from the town budget.
So how can we say we had a good year if there's not an itemized, rendering of what happened in the year 2020?
Because it didn't rain this year. He's not lying.
I'm not sure, so we do have it in our town budget, we can keep track of it, by the expenses on what's left over in the budget for the golf course or any of our departments. So we do have that record, is that what you're asking?
So is that an actual?
Those are actually, yeah.
Okay, so is that available to the public? Could I direct a, FOIA that?
No, I'm sure we can get a copy of that.
When I asked for one before, and I received one, what I received was with expenses for 1 month, which is rather useless, because.
Yeah.
So I would request if there would be a budget for a entire year?
For just the golf course or for the whole town?
Oh, just the golf course,
Just the golf,
yeah.
okay.
And if it could be a golf course fiscal year, whatever that, however you do that,
It runs the same, January one to December 31st.
should you,
Okay. Question? Yeah,
What would?
we're not at public comment, so I really shouldn't allow.
oh, I'm
her to go.
sorry.
So go ahead, I'll let you go
Oh, I thought you were asked for questions.
to the board members.
Okay.
Report from our arena supervisor, Lindsay Glading. Is Lindsay out there? No, take one.
Well, that's just information about it, thank you. Okay, so with the arena, we're continuing some issues with, stuff from through compressors. It's down about 1 week at, we have cleaned up screenings every week. We ended up purchasing new screening for the hockey nets. Louisville minor hockey is gonna pay us back the hockey cost, since we don't have any nets to begin with. The power authority had 10 trees related to the arena, we replaced 6 of them. We didn't get exactly 6 maple trees with the older ones, so I ended up, doing a deal with North Rapid Greenery, and we swapped out an oak tree for a maple tree. We provided 23 hours of free rec hockey and 19 hours of free rec skating last month. We are using a company out of Cornwall now for the sharpening Zamboni blades. They're doing a really good job. We noticed that locker room 5 was vandalized and someone wrote all over the walls. After reviewing all of our camera footage, we found out who did it. Rather than charging Messina Hockey for the damage, we had the kid come back and clean the walls and at his own expense. And we actually Messina went with us on this, and we actually gave the kid a few days off ice. So we're just trying to hold kids accountable for what they're doing. We made some new skate parks for the 2025-2026 season. We installed new shower units for locker room 5 and 6. Floor mats have been dropped off at the end for the new season. So that's pretty much sums up for the community. Water department, we installed a new water service on Town Line Road. We replaced 2 rods at Palm Beach. We replaced 1 rod at the church on County Route 39. We cleaned up leftover material at the water plant from the filter project. We received a call that the number 4 high lift filter pump kept tripping. We assumed that the contactor was bad. We called an SNL Electric and we discovered the wiring was all corroded inside the box. So we just cut the ends all back, put it back together, and no tripping issues now. Town offices, we ended up retrofitting one of the lights in the office, and we changed out the LED to the panel. So we had an outside box, and we already set all the whole light across the town offices. Less than busy with town offices. Parks, we replaced 2 oak trees that didn't come back this spring, one at the workshop and one at the intake. We shut down Whalen Park as of October 29th. The intake was shut down on November 6th. So we went a long span. We started Whalen Park, both places we opened up April 24th, and went to 10/29 and November 6th. The dots have been pulled by the power authority this year. We were trying to come to an agreement with using the crane at the golf course, but we decided to float the dock from the golf course down to the intake. We did bring the dock over from Sand Island over to the golf course, and we took it from there. We finished up, we did a big visitor log for the power authority that's been completed. They have it. The mowers, trailers, and all in storage for the season. Golf course, the only issue we have over there now is the sandwich station that's been repaired for now, and we'll need a new evaporator. the evaporator is really close to buying a new one, so we may wanna just consider looking at a new one down the road versus anywhere repairs that one, it's kind of an end of life. Recreation, we received a $2,500 grant from the Youth Bureau for summer recreation, that's why the paper seems so thick.
Oh, the special grant.
Yeah. Then for highway, with the help of the highway department, we installed 11 new Christmas banners, and some electric poles. Met with Matt Gray to go over the safety protocols and climbing the electric poles. I have run the plowing, I went through the plowing route to build. We created a step-by-step directions for each route, and I had filled in for Bill and checked the roads a couple times. All trucks have been harnessed except for one. The drive shaft and the loader blew out this week. We ended up having to have U-joints put into it. And then when that happened, we actually took a valve off the transmission. So we ended up having to replace the valve. And of course, we ended up with five gallon hydraulic fluid that had to be added to it. The pellet stove one is still having some issues here. Eric and I tore it all down. We cleaned out all the fines. We cleaned out the ball valve, but we're continuing to have issues. We called in Mercury's to look at it, and they believe we're sending too many fines through the system. We may end up having to take one of the containers and take everything out of it. It's probably 6 to 7 inches deep on the bottom, and everything's coming through that right now. So I think that's the only way we're going to fix that, if I'm getting complete clean out. The applicant pool for the highway job was minimal. We have 2 applicants that have worked at the town before and have experience. We're going to interview this week. We can kind of discuss that in the executive session.
Okay. Any questions for, Lindsay? Thanks, Lindsay. Report from our highway superintendent, Bill, who's not here. Report from Linda McQuinn, our grant writer. Is Linda here? Okay, let's see. Now I'll open it up for public comment, so if anybody at this time would like to make a comment to the public, you're more than welcome to. Anybody from the public want to make a comment?
Can I ask a question? On how much revenue was actually made at the golf course this year?
I don't have that off the top of my head. You can get the information if you want. Give your name and we can either email it to you or something.
Okay, did you address the issue I discussed with you about the Oliver Road?
Yes,
How come it hasn't been done?
you have to have the highway superintendent, because I brought it to his
Well,
attention.
what he told me was he just told him to put it aside. So,
I don't tell him what to do.
how come there are certain people you jump to and some you don't?
That's your opinion, Kim. So
Well,
you
I can see it from the other side too.
Yeah.
When she complained, you went right down and did it.
Yeah,
And then she put boulders up close to the road, which makes this town liable if somebody goes off that road and hits those boulders, because you're within the access of the town. So as long as you know that you're gonna be liable, Larry, here's another issue. How many times has the highway department had to go over and assist with the golf course?
that you'd have to ask the highway superintendent.
Well, I know that you have sent them over, and when they asked you about doing, the kickback on the payment, so that it shows the golf course actually paid back the highway department for money that they would pay if they had to get an outside contractor to do it, you blew that off. So that shows that my taxpayers' money is going into that golf course, and it's not supposed to happen. It needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. And you need to go back through and bill it right. Here's another one, Blair. When was the last time you had harassment training given to your employees?
That's a personnel matter, so I'm not gonna answer that one.
It's not a personnel matter.
Yes, it is.
State of New York, as a trainer for the state of New York, who actually trained Nancy down at Albany, we had to do it every 3 years. As a state, as a government official in the state of New York, you should know when harassment training is given, and if you haven't done it,
We do,
then you need to
that.
do it.
We do the harassment training along
Yeah,
with the sexual
okay.
harassment, workplace violence.
The last but not least, according to Mr. Shirley, he had an individual that was quite negative to him as well as other staff people. And he went to you, and it wasn't addressed. So to me, that's called failure to supervise. So if you aren't willing to do the job, maybe, Larry, you need to give it to somebody who is.
That's your opinion again.
Yeah, my opinion is that at this point, you are just gonna sit there and go, well, I sleep good at night. Isn't that one of the statements you've made in the past? Well, here's a statement, Larry. You need to resign or start doing your job.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public?
I do that. And I want the record to reflect my questions and your responses, please. First thing I'd like to know is why did we have a warrant from the state of New York on an unpaid bill?
That's a legal matter,
It's public record, we all have copies
Well,
of it. Why was it not paid? Why was it completely ignored to the point of warrant?
that's being taken care of by our legal team, so it's a legal matter.
But weren't you notified more than once that this was gonna become an issue and you had to wait till you got a warrant to pay it? Is it paid? Has it been paid?
Again, it's a legal matter, we're not gonna discuss legal matters.
So you just deflected everybody, and so now I have to contact your lawyer, is that?
No,
that I
you
have
can
to
do whatever
follow?
you feel you need to do. It's a legal
So you're not
matter.
gonna answer the question?
No, it's a legal matter. I'm not gonna answer legal matters in open session.
But that bill was due, and now we have to pay penalties and interest and whatever else comes with it, because it was ignored for 10 months.
It's a legal matter, I'm not answering it.
How is it legal?
Because it's in the hands of our attorney.
Because it got screwed up and not paid,
Well,
correct? Correct, I mean, is that not correct? It wasn't paid, now we have a warrant, now we have to give it to the legal department, because we messed up and didn't pay it.
No, there's more to
that
the story,
correct?
there's more to the story than that.
Okay, so what's the story?
Because we sent in, our first payment was $14,000, we sent that in, they cashed the check,
Okay,
okay? And then they didn't want us to on paper anymore, they don't want us to file over the internet, so they kept the 14,000. It's a legal matter, that's all I'm gonna say. But there's more to the story than what you're saying.
that's what I'm asking, tell me the story.
I'm not gonna tell you more to the story, it's a legal matter.
You just told us some of it, tell us the rest.
Yeah, tell us the rest of it.
It's being handled by our town attorney.
How many other bills aren't being paid?
We'll have to find out.
Oh, it's a surprise. Christmas, everybody. Okay, so why is it then that New York State Comptrollers has us on the fiscal year responsibility list? Is that just because of this little bill that is now a legal matter? Why are we on that list?
You have to-
23 towns in the state of New York and we're on it? We're just a little hick town in upstate New York. Why are we fiscally irresponsible?
You have to check with counsel.
I'd have to check with the comptroller. Okay. And when he says you'll have to check with Larry, who's the supervisor, what, throw them back and tell you that's what he said.
If that's what he said.
And then you say, no, we're gonna deflect that one too, send that to the legal department. True?
No comment.
I would like to request a fiscal year's books. Nancy, you're in charge of that, right? You're deputy supervisor, you have the ability to.
So we're actually going through an audit right now.
Yeah,
They just asked for some more documentation at the end of September.
I'm not really talking about that audit, but
But
as a
they're doing a
taxpayer, I'm allowed to
townwide
see
audit
where
is
our
what
money's
they're doing.
going, correct? And you're the deputy supervisor, so you can deposit checks, you can write checks, you can do whatever it is you do to balance the books. I'd like to see all of that. And I think in New York State, it's a 24-hour turnaround. And I'll go with you to the banks. I'll go with you to community, MUTs, Chase, wherever you wanna go, we'll go.
So I don't actually write checks. I
Okay.
can if I need to,
Yep,
because I am the deputy,
Yep.
okay?
yep.
Really, most of our accounting is handled by Michelle, right?
Correct.
But it's public record, correct? If I'm requesting it, do you not have to give it to me?
I don't know. I would have to ask Michelle. To be really honest with you, I'm not playing with you. I don't
You
know.
can call her, you can text her.
But I can't because I don't have my phone with me. But, and she's not here. She was here earlier and we had conversations. I will let her know. I'll let No,
No, I'll call first thing in the morning. And you can let me know.
don't call my cell phone.
I don't have the number.
That's easy. I can do that. And I'll check with Michelle. And if this gentleman wants to give us his email.
And again, these questions and responses are on the record, correct?
For the record, I'm sorry, I don't know the name.
Wendy Chapman.
And you want to go.
Anybody else from the public want to make a comment? Yes?
Touching on, Bill Shirley and $5,000 you took away from him, is that even legal, what you did?
That's a personnel matter, we're not going to discuss.
I mean, it doesn't look good from our point of view. You guys wanted to do away with that to an elected or appointed
He's
position?
elected, he's elected.
You wanted to put it to appointed though.
No.
Oh, yeah, you did.
No.
Yeah, you
did.
did.
There was a board meeting on
I asked
it.
you if that's, because somebody came to me about it, okay? So my question to you
I
was,
thought they called
is it,
Barry.
huh?
No.
Okay, so I was one of the people that they did talk to. So my question is, did you want it that way? We were gonna put it out to public vote. I don't care one way or the other. There's good and bad to both of it, as you well know. Terry, you could run. I could run, right? I can't even get in the damn truck because it's freaking high.
Class 3
Right,
or,
but that doesn't, but so,
Class A to drive it, or to do suit that position.
what's that? I'm sorry, I was talking.
I don't believe you need to have a class.
No, you don't, no, that's what I'm saying, so elected, so that was what, and again, listen, there's a yin and yang to everything, some of it's good, some of it's bad, right? Because if you appoint, and I did not realize this until we got in a little bit further into it, we can't hold another board to what we decide, right? So, okay, we appoint you, right? And you think you're set for the next 30 years, you're gonna have your state retirement, the whole 9 yards. Come to find out, no, that's not true. So it's one of those, but and then again, if you're elected, then you can, it's a popularity contest in a lot of regards. It doesn't necessarily mean you have the credentials to do that job.
You're absolutely right. It
You-
is that.
It's not, you know, so it's a yin and a yang. So we were just asking whether or not you wanted to continue to be elected, or if you wanted to put it up.
But the way this town's going right now, there's no way you guys should be appointed anyway. You guys are not doing a
You can have
good
that
job.
opinion. It was just a question. It wasn't, we aren't going to do this. We're asking you, what do you
But we're
want
not
us to do?
stupid. You all had a plan. You knew exactly who you were gonna plug in there. No, don't shake your head, no, Nancy.
You guys all thought I was gonna put Larry in there?
Yep.
No.
And then we found out the truth,
Well,
and we all know who you were gonna put in there. Because that's your little pet. We are not stupid.
No,
Time out though, getting back to my question, so how did it, you won't answer how it came to that? How you guys sat down and said, let's take $5,000 away from Bill, right? You're not gonna answer me on
You
that?
do it to Amy.
It's a personnel matter.
Okay, Larry, hold on, it's a personnel matter on a person we elected. He didn't run against anyone, it's an elected position, and you took $5,000 away. If we don't think you're doing a good job, can we take $5,000 away from you?
And if you want,
Well, let's do it.
Okay.
Come
on.
one at a time here.
Our understanding is that instead of Bill getting the health insurance, he opted to pay $5,000. Because that way, the town would save the health insurance benefit. But then he finds out you yank his $5,000, and he's still not getting the town health insurance. So it doesn't look kosher, Larry. It really doesn't.
And is the town now gonna get sued by Bill?
That would
It's a
be
legal matter you can't answer.
Bill will tell you.
Smart move on
Bill
your
will
part.
tell you the truth. He'll tell you the truth.
Anybody else have a public
Ask
comment?
him.
Yeah, what happens now that Bill's resigned? Is it, do we elect somebody else, or do you guys
We'll
appoint
elect
somebody?
in next November.
So what happens in the time that there isn't a
We have to
supervisor?
appoint somebody to that position.
Do you have anyone in mind?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll discuss that in executive session and then make a decision.
What do you have in mind?
We'll discuss it in an executive session.
Well, we have an issue if that any of those people happen to be of the bullying, that apparently their history with working with public in general is not good. That his supervisor has had to step in to stop confrontation. And if it is the person that is the bully, then obviously he's not suited for that position. And that's really what we'd like to tell them, is that we don't want a bully as a supervisor.
This is the third supervisor that's left because of this individual.
Exactly.
Third one.
And that's where you're saying.
And how many employees?
Supervise from the
Can they
Up to the
plow?
highway superintendent to take care of that, not Larry.
Yeah, and
Not
he
the
went to
town
the
board.
boss. So if he fired him, what would he do? He'd turn him into the union just like he did 3 other times. Cause Larry took $5,000 from him because he wasn't a working highway superintendent. He can't work whenever he's turned into the union every week.
Hey, we're gonna end public comment, we're getting personal.
I didn't get to go yet.
We're ending it, people are out of control here.
Okay, but I wasn't being, so I should be able to say what I have
We're
to
ending
say.
this
Can we have a
public
special
comment.
meeting then? Can we set a special meeting to discuss this?
And if you want.
There's a lot of other things that
There's
people
a lot
wanted to
of
bring
other
up
people
other
that wanna
than
talk,
just
and you
Bill
just wanna
Shirley here.
put
So
an end to it?
I don't agree with this, that you're going to end it because there's 2 people out of how many people are here right now that are arguing. I don't agree with that. I have lived in this community for 44 years and I don't agree with that. I know that there's at least 5 other people in this room who have.
We'll end the session concerning Bill, and we'll go to.
There you go.
Another topic.
Thank
Anybody
you.
else have another topic?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll go. I'm sure that you probably won't answer this question, which that's okay. But is there anything being done about the Ellsworth couple that caused issues, or no?
That's the personnel, we're not.
Well, no, I'm asking because there's multiple people, like, for example, there was 5 highway employees, like this gentleman said, and 3 office workers that left just because of that situation. And like, I'm not saying anything personal because it happened at work, but I mean, Derek was talked to on May 21st. There was a meeting with you, Sean, Logan Snyder, Tristan Harvey, and there was no counseling paper filled out for Derek, so that's not documented that he was talked to. There's just a lot of harassment that happened in the 5 years that I have seen here. I mean, Jeff Seguin, John O'Brien, Logan Snyder, Tristan Harvey, William Shirley, they've all had to leave because of 1 employee. So everybody that's here that's paying the salaries of everyone sitting here is upset because these 2 people that have been proven at other jobs, like, I won't bring up other employment, but there's just nothing being done.
Well, one's an elected official, our town clerk is elected.
I know, but you have the option to be able to get rid of her. Yes, you can. You can go through Albany. Yes, you can.
No.
You
No way, no way, I need to go to an elected official.
no.
No. No way.
Yeah, take $5,000 away from her.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not arguing, and I have 5 minutes. So, I guess, since this doesn't have to do with Bill, the next person that's going to be appointed, the taxpayers wouldn't want to see somebody that's driven away 8 employees, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Anybody else?
That's on the record, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Have you offered the job to anybody yet?
No, we'll, tonight after we have an executive session so we can discuss it. So,
Is there any plan on what you're going to offer somebody to do?
that'll be, have to all be discussed. Nancy, then over to you, Carol. Nancy first.
So, lately there seems to be a big deal about this, and I don't know, there seems to be a lack of trust for this board. And unfortunately, it appears that perhaps it's been earned. I've printed out some information regarding town board members and what your responsibilities are, what your limitations are. I'd like to hope that you already know this, but day-to-day operations of our, department is not part of your purview. It seems to have become that the board seems to be inserting themselves into day-to-day operations, which perhaps maybe is compounding some of the problems that these folks are all referring to. But it's time to correct some of these issues. It's time to get off the comptroller's list. Management seems to be a concern in the community. And it's time to step up. It's time to think about conflict of interest. I didn't realize that we had a 10% increase in salaries last year. We have 2 board members that have a conflict with spouse working for the Louisville. That sounds like a conflict to me. It probably wouldn't take me very long to list several others. But we need to start owning and being responsible and accountable for our own actions, and I think that starts with our board. Losing Bill Shirley, losing these 5 employees who never, whatever, it's a sign of leadership, and it's time. We're a small community where generally we pull together. We're not pulling together. We're so divided. And each meeting, it seems like it's another issue. It's lack of leadership, and I think we can fix it. We have to make an effort. You have to own what you're doing. You have to own your votes. It's important. It's important. Losing another employee, that's a cost to the taxpayers as well. Training an employee costs money. And when you have a good one, you don't want to lose them, regardless of what level that they're at. So we just need to start owning it and correcting our errors and admitting our errors. And all these people wouldn't be here if they didn't feel there's something wrong. So perhaps we need to start owning it.
Okay, Nancy, thank you.
Hallelujah.
Carol?
I just would like to address a couple of things on top of what that other lady said. There's a local law number 201 Code of Ethics, which was replaced and updated the original one from August 8th of 1970, in which it states immediate family members are considered Code of Ethics, okay? You cannot have husband and wife in the same town, working for the same town. It does not work. I've seen it time and time again. There's a lot of other Code of Ethics that have gone on with this town board, okay? The sale of Mutton Ridge, okay? I don't know who's handling it, but I know your agency is. Okay, that's all, enough said. You're part of that agency, so conflict of interest. Okay, there's got to be a time where you've got to step up and say you can't have a conflict of interest. You can't have husband and wives. You can't have spouses or relatives working for the town in any capacity. It does not work, okay? And I can tell you right now that I have received numerous reports from residents regarding to the way they've been treated when they come into this office for a service. One lady left in tears. That doesn't say very much for this town. And I can tell you in the years that I've been here, I came to every single board meeting, Larry, you know it. Sean, you know it. Terry, you know it. Okay? This board has gone downhill substantially in getting things done and doing the right thing. It's time to do the right thing. I was appalled when I heard people telling me the way they were treated at this window for services. They're afraid to speak up because, for retribution.
But they're elected officials, so if they're that unhappy, then don't re-elect them.
So let me ask you something. So then, I guess we could spread the word that certain people in the front office don't go to them because they're rude, they're abrupt. Could we spread that around? I mean, why not? You can't do anything, they're elected officials, right?
I mean, that's your choice if you want to spread stuff like that around. Anybody else?
Well, that's beneath me, I wouldn't do that. But it's a sad state of affairs when the town board sits by and does nothing about it, elected or not.
Carol, this is the first I'm hearing that there's been a problem at the front desk.
Larry, you have no idea what people have came and told me. And when that lady told me she left this office in tears because of a certain person who was sitting there talking to her husband, I was appalled. I actually called her a liar. I said, I've never heard of this. I started asking around. People told me. People opened my eyes.
Anybody
People
else?
opened my eyes.
Sir?
Okay, so, looking at the funds for Louisville Landing, okay? And I wanna make sure that I'm reading this right, because I'm looking at, the books. Appropriated last year was 440,000 and change, correct?
I have to find,
Okay, and then the revenue that was brought in was 415,000 and change. So that's not great at math, but that's what, a $25,000 loss? If I'm reading that correctly, that would be a $25,000 loss.
I don't think you're reading it correctly, because I don't see where the golf course lost $25,000.
Okay, okay, so my thought is, I know that you're not spending, theoretically, you're not spending money, taxpayer dollars onto the golf course.
Correct.
Theoretically. But what I'm wondering is how, and I know that golf courses struggle. I know that there's a lot of golf courses struggling around here. I know there's a news article about it, of course, in Watertown. So my question is, what is the plan looking forward to? How are we going to make it so that the golf course is actually turning a decent profit? Like, because it is a very beautiful course and it should be turning a profit.
Well, that's yet to be determined, because, I don't know of any golf course that's making money.
There are.
What's that?
There are.
Is the arena making money?
So I know, and I've heard a lot of whispers, about, with Cedarview supposedly closing and, people, management waiting for, because they believe that a whole bunch of members are going, when Cedarview, if Cedarview closes, come over to Louisville. I will say I am a member at Cedarview. I will also say that, there was an informal survey, but a survey done at the end of the year, because we are planning on, I know that Cedarview is going to be open next year. They're looking at probably 2 years, maybe 3 years out. And I know that a lot of the members are not really comfortable coming over to Louisville. There's been a lot of distrust there, and I know that the management at Cedarview has been exploring avenues for working with other courses, like Highland, like Malone, at moving membership or being able to offer memberships at a discounted price to Cedarview members. So I just wanted it to be noted that, because I have heard whispers of, oh, well, when Cedarview closes, all the members are gonna come over and Louisville is going to reap the rewards of that. I just want it to be a public record that the members at Cedarview, that is not their feeling. Majority, it's like 94% do not plan on going to Louisville if when Cedarview does close. So I wanted that to be made aware. And I know that that there have been people that have asked management at Cedarview questions about, oh, the membership moved, and it didn't seem to ever fall on ears, fell on deaf ears, so I just wanted to make sure that that was something that was noted in public.
Okay, thank you.
Larry, can I just ask two more quick questions? Was there any response to the ad that was placed for the Louisville Highway Superintendent, which ended, or the applications closed on November 7th at 3 p.m.? Was there any response to that?
I believe there's a few applicants.
Okay, all right. And do the applicants have to reside in the town of Louisville?
No,
No,
no.
but they must reside in the town of, or the county of St. Lawrence.
I would say yes to that.
Okay, so there's nothing on the books that says the highway
Right,
superintendent.
the highway superintendent has to live in the town, has to live in the town. Are you talking about highway superintendent or highway employee?
Highway superintendent.
Has to live in the town.
Has to live. And the
Nobody else
deputy
has
has
to?
to too.
Nobody else.
So
has
can
to,
I
no.
ask a question about the deputy? Where is that put?
Because it's in town law.
Recently?
When I pulled it, that's where, how recent, I would have to look at the date, but yeah, I did pull it. And it
What?
is.
Yeah, I would like a copy of that.
It's always been.
Well, no, I'm just wondering because I know in August there was.
No, I'm asking two different questions.
Oh.
Okay, well, yeah, so, yes, I can get you a copy of that, but it is town law, you looked it up, so.
Or just for highway superintendent?
No,
And the deputy.
And the deputy.
It's always been.
So both of them
No,
have
but
to be
Logan
in the
got it
town
and
of
they-
Louisville.
That's correct.
Correct.
And there was nothing written, they went to the thing for it.
So what happens
It's
if
written.
the highway superintendent, which is an elected position, lives in the town of Louisville and then moves, say, to,
It's in the book. It's in the book.
Winthrop?
He would have to give up his supervisor's position.
Even though he's elected, okay.
Anybody else from the public that wants to make a comment before we move on?
Yeah, has anybody received email from me regarding, the restaurant at Chase's?
We did.
Okay, and can we discuss that?
No, that's definitely personnel, we're not discussing that.
Well, I have the email, so I think I'll provide it to everyone so that they know what's going on.
Okay, you can do that.
And, I mean, it's not right, you guys know it. I mean, they're buying beer from other places, they're not using the
Listen, we
distributor.
don't need to get into that, that's a personal.
If somebody falls and breaks their legs over there, they're gonna sue
What's
you.
gonna happen if someone gets hurt there and they're not carrying compensation insurance, is that gonna fall back on the town of
We have a
Louisville?
contract with them, we're covered in our contract that we have with them.
What do you mean by that? So if I go over there and I cut my hand off on their slicer and they don't have insurance to cover me, who am I gonna sue? The town of Louisville?
You'll probably sue everybody, but you're not gonna
I'm
get.
not, that's not what I'm asking, Larry. I'm asking you, is that the possibility?
We have a contract with them, so if they're not meeting, if they're not running their business right, we have a contract with them.
And who's responsible to check that they are running it right?
We have two, who's on that committee,
Nancy?
Nancy and Dan are on that,
And then that's the other thing, when they brought up a conflict of interest, are you related to her, Nancy?
I am.
Which is another conflict.
Yeah.
So if things aren't going,
Yeah, so I have to get out of that.
but that's what I'm saying, if things aren't going right over there, I mean, the town needs to know these things, like they're signing petitions begging these people to stay here, but yet they're not paying their employees on the books. Unemployment, and the employment office has no idea that these people ever worked there. They haven't paid, Federal Medical Leave Act, but yet they're giving fictitious pay stubs. I mean, it's a huge problem. And I think the public in this town deserves to know this. I mean, they're all advocating for them, let's keep them here. They're not good people. I'm gonna be honest. I worked there all summer long. I got to see it firsthand. It's wrong. They haven't bought beer from a distributor in 2 years, which is highly illegal.
Where are they buying it?
Walmart, BJ's, Stewart's, Elky's Liquor Store. They don't even have a dumpster because they didn't pay Casella. They won't even pick their trash up. They bring it to the dump themselves. What business do you know that has the amount of garbage like that doesn't pay a business to pick it up? Because they're so far in debt, and I have a girl, 24-year-old girl, that didn't get a penny and was bribed by them to not turn them in. I got her letter right here. If she didn't turn them in, they'd give her free food for a year. That's a slap in the face. And this board, since you lease it, are responsible to be checking into these things. And apparently, y'all are gonna vote on when they're gonna, who's gonna get that lease next. Well, I don't know. They're not good people.
If you're aware of the email, have you acted on it? The email was sent a week ago. Has anybody checked on these? Have you asked for clarification? Ask for insurance proof, ask for receipts, ask for.
Anybody? Anybody?
You can just go online and look at their insurances. It's all public information.
Yeah, they don't have it.
They don't have it. The Mills was running for 2 years without a license. Two.
Oh.
I want to get rich. Unemployment claim and everything. It's a legal matter.
They're under contract. That's all I'm gonna say.
So it's okay to.
Yeah, but you guys are responsible to have them uphold the contract, and they're obviously not.
Have you paid any of the rent?
What? No.
You didn't help her with rent? $5,000?
No, sorry.
Well, that's funny, I got a text message that says you did.
Well, text messages and Facebook.
Must be
And they came from your family.
Friday nights and every night.
We live in this town at $5,000.
That's why I'm saying, all this husband and wife in here.
It's kind of like.
Let's say you
related to
did
them.
they pay you back? Yeah, let's say you did they pay you back?
It was all my bail money when I did.
Cindy, come on. I mean, we're not stupid here, right? If it was Adam's wife who went out on maternity leave and she didn't get $1 and she had to go back to work after 4 weeks.
It happens.
It happens.
What happens?
Don't talk.
Done. Getting out of control here.
Cindy.
Yeah, but when they paid into it and they can't reap the
Ma'am,
benefit,
that's it.
are you okay with that?
Ma'am, that's it.
Unemployment has no idea she was ever even employed there.
Cindy, you're way smarter than that.
Yeah, you
And
are.
all
Please
I'm
stop.
saying
It's
is,
too personal.
Nancy, did you pay it? That's all I said. I didn't say I agreed with you. I didn't say I agreed with Nancy.
We know who you agree with.
Okay. Anything else from the public?
Yeah.
Well, it is being
I
taken up
submitted
legally
a
with an
formal
attorney,
complaint in
because
May,
I'm hoping to
and I
court
never
it.
got a reply on this tax assessment. I handed it to you. You just ignore people?
Let the process play out.
You said you received a formal complaint against our assessor?
No, at a meeting here, I submitted a formal complaint to the board, and I had it put in the minutes.
Yeah.
I never got a reply, nothing.
It took me 3 times to send this to get a reply. And then
If
Amy
you look back,
Ellsworth
if you look
replied
back,
on
you'll find it,
Sunday.
I mean,
Put that on the record.
I'd appreciate it if you would get back.
When was that again, sir? Back in May?
Yeah, on the tax assessment.
Okay. We'll go back to the minutes and see what we can find out.
Thank you.
Anything else from the public? Yes.
I was wondering about the street light at the boat ramp. Cause it's, the one on the pole that faces the causeway, if you put it facing the ramp, the duck hunters might survive in the dark. Cause if somebody goes in face first, you still gotta call the fire department with a flashlight to find them. There's no light at that boat ramp, and the guys hunt till.
Right. That's under the jurisdiction of Parks and Rec.
No, that, they told me they don't want any riffraff around there, that's the border patrol caught 2 guys smuggling immigrants in there in the dark. I think a light might help curtail some of that activity. Oh, because the border patrol can see better without nighttime.
Right.
But the duck hunters, if you go face down in the water, you call Sandy Roberts with a life jacket to go dig them out. It's like,
We'll take that in.
it's one of the most dangerous boat ramps on the river. And I'll vouch for that, because I boat a lot.
Yep.
But in the dark, there's no way to launch a boat in safety. Take the light and turn it on the right on the causeway. And the people can still drive fast on the causeway. And the boaters might survive. Look out. A newsflash. Man dies while trying to save the illegal migrant.
What's going on?
I got one other question. So at the end of my driveway where the water lines say, Bill told me the town could pay it. It's down 6 inches, that is swell in my driveway. I paid to have
the town's road paved at the end of my driveway, so I don't have a ditch, and watch the shoulder of the road collapse. So I was gonna submit a bill for partial or somewhat reimbursement for me paving the road that Louisville. I'm gonna say, thanks for taking the grill.
Anybody else in the public?
One quick
Mike?
question, Larry. Is there a residency requirement for employment in the town of Louisville?
No, not for employment, for elected officials, yes.
No, just for a general employee, you can live anywhere you want.
Yes. Anybody else in the public?
Just clarification on Bill's replacement. He was elected for a 4-year term,
Correct.
and that was what, 2 years ago, was it?
2 years ago, yes.
Okay, so you're going to appoint a replacement for him to fill out his term?
No.
No.
They'll have to run again in November.
Okay.
Or his unexpired term.
A year from now.
A year from now.
Yeah, so whoever you appoint now
Yeah.
is going
Well,
to,
not necessarily, he's gonna have to, if he wants to keep the position, he'll have to run for it, or somebody else can run for the position.
So it's a he.
when, again, I'm sorry.
In November of 2026.
So, okay.
So by you doing that, it shortens the term a year, so just, cause it was supposed to go another year, right?
It was supposed to go to the end of 2027.
So when this person, whomever, runs in 26, it's only until 27.
And he's gotta run again. That's why he's gotta run again.
Oh, okay.
Anything else in the public?
Hi. They said that they can't.
For highway superintendent, yes.
He's not answering any questions anyway.
Okay, we're gonna move into communications and positions then.
Anybody else wanna read the emails from, that were submitted to the board?
Yeah.
Oh, those are both copies? Both copies. You're welcome. You like them too? That's all I got on. Do you have any with you, Karen?
I don't have any now. I got pictures of it though.
Well, now I need a fucking beer.
Well, yeah, because they're not going to listen to you anyway.